NrakeyJrakey's top 5 days Fallout 4 messed up. This is top 5. Okay, here we go. Let's do it. Number 5. The premise. When you start a new game in Fallout 4, you're already married. It's like, I don't know this dude. That ain't my baby. Whose baby is that? Because Fallout 4 starts this way, it takes away from your creativity. In most Western RPGs, you don't start with this already established, fully voiced character. You know, you start out making some dude being whoever you want. I mean, being this chick that's married, I'm not gonna be able to fucking make a character that's Dark Angel 69, ruler of the movie theater. I don't know. You can't do that. You're a housewife. You're married to this guy. You already got a baby. It's like, fuck, man. I want to make my own origin story. And that's always been the difference between Western RPGs and traditional RPGs. Because in Western RPGs, it's like, you make your guy, you choose what you say, you do all that shit. But in traditional RPGs like Final Fantasy VII, you play as Crowd and Breret, and they're already established. They already fucking say stuff, and that's okay. That's just a different RPG. Usually, these games, Bethesda games like Skyrim, they're not like that. You get what I'm saying. Number 4. Talking and stuff. Man, talking to dudes in Fallout 4 fucking sucks. Don't get me wrong, the voice actors for the male and female characters do a pretty fucking good job, but you never know exactly what you're gonna say. You get these super brief descriptions of what you're probably gonna say, and there's not a lot of variety in it. And there's always the fucking sarcastic choice, which isn't even that funny or sarcastic sometimes. It's like, seriously, you can't just give me a lot of those choices like New Vegas, another fucking good game, did. It's dumb. And speaking of New Vegas, it had a lot of more like speech options that were specific to what you mastered in the special system. So if you had super low intelligence, you'd say super dumb shit. And like, yeah, it didn't pop up that much. It wasn't like a huge feature, but it was fucking hilarious anytime it did, and it made the game really unique, and it made talking to people exciting. I mean, as exciting as it can be, but it was fucking cool. Number 3. True evil. Linearity. You can't really be evil in Fallout 4. Yeah, sometimes you get a chance to say some snarky, sarcastic shit, but there's not really a lot of opportunity to be evil because that would fuck up the story of the game. The game is about a mother or a father finding their lost son. Some evil asshole wouldn't want to do that because they'd be like, fuck that son, it's not even mine. That's a white baby. I'm a black female. How does that even happen? I mean, okay, yeah, in Fallout 4, you can do evil shit. You can shoot everyone you see. You can fucking try to... Oh, hi, kitty. What's up? Just trying to record a video. Fallout 4 is very much like a traditional RPG, like fucking Final Fantasy VII, in terms of how it tells its story, because it's like, when you're not doing the story, you can go explore and dick around and hang out with Crowd and Breret and Trifa and all those fuck boys, but when you feel like actually completing the main story, it'll be there waiting for you. Like nothing about it will have changed. It'll be the exact same story. I mean, and that's fine in a game like Final Fantasy where it's trying to tell its story, like it's clearly mapped out, it's like a movie and all that shit, but in a Western RPG like Fallout 4, you'd expect that, you know, some of the stuff you're doing when you're exploring would have an effect on the story. So yeah, you can't be evil in Fallout 4, and nothing you do, or very little you do, I mean there's some stuff you can do, but very little you do affects the story for the most part, is what I'm trying to say. I don't fucking know. Oh, Shinji Kagawa, number 2, the gunplay. Is gunplay even a fucking word? So in Fallout 4, they kind of did away with basing how good you are with weapons off of the special, which it's cool because you can use all the different guns and it makes for a good game, but it kind of makes for a bad RPG, like a role-playing game, you know, where you want to specialize in one thing and make a really unique character. Like, I remember one of my friends was telling me about how he played through all of New Vegas using just pistols and had created this character where he was like this outlaw, badass caravan chick, and because of how the game works, it actually let him carry out that fantasy, which, I mean, it could be a questionable fantasy, but it was cool because it actually let him specialize in that one thing and made his character feel really unique. And while it's cool that Fallout 4 wants to let you experience all these different things, it kind of sucks that the special system doesn't really like determine that. Like, I mean, if you've played Fallout 4, you know that the special doesn't really have any real significance on how you're gonna go about fighting dudes. And speaking of fighting dudes, the fucking combat, like, it's better. It's a lot better than it was in Fallout 3. Like, it actually feels remotely like a first-person shooter, but I still think they can do better. Bethesda Grimes said that they based the combat off of Bungie's stuff, so like Destiny.
I'm your density.
And they said they mainly did that because the game runs at 30 FPS. So even when running it at 30 FPS on my PC, like purposely capping it to see what it feels like, it still feels just a tiny bit like unresponsive and laggy at times. And don't get me wrong, it like shooting stuff feels so much better without VATS in this game than it did in the previous games, but it still just feels like a new paint job on an old car. You know what I mean? It's like you can clearly tell that the game is using the same engine, and instead of building a new car, they just put some more paint on it, and we're like, nah, it's a new car. It's pretty. Look at that color. It's magenta. It's your favorite. Your mom had that car. It's beautiful. So I don't know. It's good, but it could feel a little bit tighter. Maybe I'm just crazy. I don't fucking know. But speaking of the engine.
Okay, so in my country, how you say, number one, the engine.
Fallout 4 is a very pretty game at times. It, you know, especially the lighting. The lighting and like the rain and the shadows and them booties can look pretty good, but you can tell it's using the same engine that Skyrim used. I mean, although modified, it's like, come on, dogs, it's 2015. Like, Skyrim would have been the perfect send-off for that engine. And like, I understand that their development team probably used the same engine and just kept modifying it because they knew like the ins and outs of it, but man, this is my top complaint for this game because it still has the exact same performance issues and stuttering and glitches and save corrupting that Fallout 3, New Vegas, and Skyrim all had before it. It's like, Bethesda, I know you ain't broke. You ain't me. You ain't working part-time in Denver, barely affording rent. Like, you make so much money off these games. There's not a lot of excuses for you to fucking not develop your technology better. I don't know, technical terms and shit. They're rich as shit. I know they can afford it. It's 2015. It's supposed to be next gen. Their tagline for the game was fucking next generation of RPGs, frontier. I don't know. I'll put a picture up of the quote. I can't remember it, but yeah, Fallout 4, it's a good game, but it's a bad RPG. And I love these games. Like, I know I'm giving it a lot of hate, but I mean, I was like the rest of you. I played it when it came out. I fucking played Fallout 3 all the time in high school. I love New Vegas. Like, I love these games, and they're really fun, but man, Fallout 4, it's like, you can do better. You can do better, Bethesda. Come on. Like, we're all buying this shit. We'll continue buying this shit, but you gotta do better. Hey, if you didn't hate that, maybe you like my other videos. Sorry, that voice is cancer as a person. I got other videos, and they talk about games banging. They might not be as funny, but it's intellectual gaming content for the naysayers. So, subscribe, comment, I don't fucking know. Love, peace, and chicken grease.